Hold on, there's a quest I should do. Or want to. It's a fucking fruity nugget. Whoops. Fuck me. They are squishier than I thought they'd be. Wait, what's the quest supposed to be? It's beat them with ice magic, right? Oh, exclusively with ice magic. As in I can't normal attack at all. Okay. I thought I could magic stack 3 by now. Alright, we should still have enough time, but we wasted a lot. Fuck me. You missed. Damn it. I forgot the plant resists fire.
I trapped my friend in a bedrock prison, but that's not all. I trapped 100 subscribers. This is the 100-player prison. On the outside, it looks easy to escape, but on the inside, all the rooms are made of bedrock, making it impossible to break out of. But not for my viewers. See, my viewers are a little bit smart. It didn't even start yet! Alright guys, this is a 99-player prison, and the escape starts now. Right off the bat, Brock spawned in on a crafting table, floating above lava. He was surrounded by lava on both sides, and behind him was a bedrock wall. While he was looking at it, he noticed on the roof a bunch of dispensers. They went all the way down the hallway to the other side. While he was looking over there, he noticed something, a doorway, but it was really far away and impossible to get to right now. Every other player in the prison was in the exact same situation. That's when they started trying to figure out what they could do. Grox used F5 to see if there was an item hidden under the crafting table in an item frame, but there wasn't. He tried to see if there was anything he could drop down onto, but again, it was just lava. But Grox has watched enough of my videos to know that there was probably something hidden in the lava, and that's when this happened. Oh, let's go! Grox found a chest with 24 iron, and he wasn't the only one.
Oh, nice!
Hell yeah, charge guard is an important technique.
But they didn't just find iron. There was also a message. Lava dropping soon. Get across. Grox took the iron, and that's when he realized what was happening. The droppers were gonna drop lava if he didn't find some way to get to the hallway on the other side. But he only had 24 iron, so he started looking around for other items, but he couldn't find anything. That's when he realized he was gonna have to find his way across with just this iron. It seemed impossible, but there actually was a way. He took the iron and crafted iron bars. See, for just 6 iron ingots, you got 16 blocks, and that would be just enough to bridge across. It was really the only good option to craft, and I knew my viewers would figure it out because they're really smart. Dear God, he made iron blocks. Okay, this is an improvement. He made it 6 blocks.
Okay, 24 iron. Weird. Almost like it's exactly the amount to make iron armor. Now what?
Wow, someone actually managed to go 0 blocks. Why aren't you making anything with your iron?
What, iron?
Luckily, most of the players had figured out they needed iron bars, and were having some success, but after they got about halfway, they saw this. The lava had started dropping. This made them speed up, and some of them couldn't handle the pressure. Bro, what?
Hold on.
No, I think I'm cooked. Let's go! Brox had successfully beaten the first room, and he wasn't the only one. A good amount of people actually did make it through. We went from 99 players down to 82. Now that he was safe, Grox started taking a look around. This hallway was short and had nothing in it but a hole to the next room. He looked around to make sure he wasn't missing anything, and he wasn't. So after a little bit, he went ahead and dropped in. This other room was also extremely empty. There were just 2 holes in the ground. One was filled with lava, and obviously he couldn't go in there, so he went to check the other one, but that was filled with lava too. He was confused. There seemed to be literally nothing to do in this room. But this room wasn't as simple as it looked. And just like last time, Grox wasn't alone. Everybody was in the exact same situation as him. Everybody was extremely hesitant because it seemed like no matter what choice you made, you would die. Well, everybody except one person. Let me introduce you to Ice. For some reason, 5 seconds after entering the room, he just decided to jump into the left hole. I have no idea what motivated this, but he actually survived and got the right answer. But not everybody else was as stupid as to just gamble on a 50-50. They wanted to try to figure out the solution, but the situation was pretty confusing. The room was completely empty and both the holes looked the same, but they just kept looking around trying to find any clue. Grox even turned on hitboxes to see if there was a secret chest or item, but there wasn't. After enough time, a few people got desperate and tried to be like Eyes, but it didn't work out as good for them. And so, the people who weren't willing to risk it just felt stuck. So I decided to give them a clue. I told them that they should use F5 for a whole new perspective. While this might seem like a joke, it was actually a very useful clue, and Grox knew what I meant right away.
Oh my god, I know what it is.
There's a glitch in Minecraft where if you put your FOV to the max and go in F5, you can actually clip and look through walls. Funny enough, I learned this from Canadians. At first, Grox saw nothing, but then he saw this. Signs, and one of the signs said the word safe on it. On its own, he didn't know what this meant, but the whole room to the right of him had signs with the word safe on them. That's when he got an idea. He ran to the other side of the room and checked that side, and he saw different signs. These ones said danger. Instantly, he knew what was going on. The hole closer to that side would kill him, and the hole on the left side was safe. So, he jumped in. And he was right. Every room was different, but by using this trick, people started to figure out which side of their room was safe and passing to the next level. And by the end of room 2, we've gone from 82 players to 67. Now, since Eyes was the first one done with the last room, he was the first one to see the sign. Lower number is an advantage, 1 per room, door locks behind you. He walked out and saw a room with the number 22 and a locking mechanism in front. So he went to the left and saw room number 21. He instantly started running to get the lowest number he could, and it was
Why are you behind the next beat?
When he went in, the door locked behind him just like it said. He was trapped. He saw water below him and nothing else to do,
the point
so
of this
he
flyer?
dropped down. Everybody started making their way through to find the door with the lowest number that they could get, until it was just Eppo left, who finished last and had to go all the way to the 67th door. What happened? Had to go all the way to the 67th door. So, once everybody was in their chamber, they started dropping down into the next room. Right off the bat, Brock started looking around. He could see that the room was split in half by a pool of lava. Also, this pool of lava was exactly 5 blocks long, meaning he wouldn't be able to jump to the other side. He could also see some kind of room around the corner, but he wasn't able to look inside of it. The only other thing he saw was 3 holes in the roof like the one he'd come out of, and that's it. He had to start figuring out how he was going to get to the other side, but that's when this happened. A player fell into his room, and a few seconds later, another player fell in. All throughout the prison, people started forming these groups of 3, and they were going to have to work together to beat this room. Grox's team didn't have a plan of what they were going to do yet, but I will show you the first team that figured out how to get across. It was Bowler SF2's team. And just like Grox, they realized they had to get across a 5-block jump. And that sounds impossible, right? But they had a plan. Bowler got behind his friend Brojack, and right when he was going to jump across, Bowler was going to hit him in the back to give him extra momentum to launch him to the other side. And it worked. Now, Brojack was able to explore the room he couldn't reach before, but that's when he saw this. Only 2 of you can move on. He started to look around and he understood what the sign meant. There was only 2 exits into other rooms, meaning one of them wasn't supposed to make it past this point. Now, this was a problem because he was friends with Bowler SF2, so they made a plan. They tricked their teammate into thinking Bowler was really good at parkour, and he needed to go to the other side to help solve a puzzle. And it worked. Ethan agreed. So Bowler started running, and then he jumped and Ethan punched him across. Their evil plan had worked. Bowler and Brojack were both going to be moving on this round. But their trick came at a cost. Ethan was left alone on the other side, and with no teammates left and no way to get across, he had to jump in the lava. But not every team was as evil as this. On this team, the pig player decided to volunteer to hit them across, and they decided to practice.
Okay, go on.
2, 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm lagging.
Oh god, we're gags. A player named Clasher decided to spin a wheel, and whoever it landed on had to stay behind.
Yeah, 33% chance. Well,
And somehow this team decided to let Grox be the first puncher.
please forgive me if I messed up. 3. Okay. 2. 1.
Oh, you went on my list? No!
I'm sorry.
What
Oh my god.
You fumbled it! But what honestly surprised me was how people became friends. A lot of people offered to hit the other people across and stay behind.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Nice. You guys got this. Goodbye, my friends. Walk in.
Whoa. Now, do you remember the sign from earlier that said it was an advantage to have a lower number? There was 2 reasons. One, the better players had lower numbers, so you'd have better teammates. And you could end up like Efbo, who had no teammates because he was last and had to just be eliminated. By the end of this round, we had dropped down to just 41 players remaining. And even crazier than that, somehow Grox was still in. He dropped down and saw another room. Right off the bat, he saw a hole that probably took him to the 5th puzzle. He also saw a hole in the wall. Inside was a sheep named Chill Dude, and he was just vibing. There was also a hallway that led further in. Grox followed it and he saw a back room where he could see Chill Dude separated by some glass. He could also see a wooden pressure plate connected to redstone, but he couldn't tell what it did. He went back to see if Chill Dude was able to walk onto the pressure plate, but he was locked in by a block, so he wasn't going to go on his own. Grox went to see if there was anything else he hadn't seen, and that's when he found a dispenser up in the roof. He tried to jump and reach what was in it, but he couldn't. It was a little bit too high. Clearly, somehow, Grox had to activate the pressure plate, but he couldn't figure anything out. And after he looked around and found nothing, there was only one
The
thing
hell
he
are
could
you?
think to do that might help. He started murdering Chill Dude. He was hoping by killing him he would activate something or something would happen, but nothing did. He went around to the back and he could see his items sitting there on the ground, but there was no way for him to reach them. He tried to run to where they were to see if they would phase through the wall into his inventory, but they wouldn't. He tried to see if there was anything he could see he couldn't see before now that the sheep was dead, but there was nothing. It seemed like it didn't do anything at all. That was until Grox went to the back to look at the items again and had a big brain moment. He realized that the EXP orb was following him. If he went to the right, the orb would go to the right. If he went to the left, the orb would go to the left. And that might not sound like a big deal, but the orbs will follow you even if you're on the other side of a wall. And that's not all. They can activate pressure plates. So the answer was obvious. He ran to the front of the room and stood right next to the pressure plate. At first, he thought it wasn't going to work, but then he heard a noise, and it activated the dispenser, dropping him a slow falling potion. Now, all Grox had to do was drink the potion, and he could safely make his way to the bottom of this room and onto the next one. But when he got down here, all he found was a locked door. And nothing else. For now, he had to wait. The room he just beat was the hardest in the prison. People lost in 2 ways. If you killed the sheep and didn't figure it out in 5 minutes, the experience would despawn. Or this could happen.
Oh, shit.
Sleep and don't pick up the XP. Clear sleep and don't pick up the XP. You just picked it up. You just picked it up. Okay.
Oh, the XP is supposed to come over here onto the trap door.
Like I said, this puzzle was hard. It brought us from 45 players down to 20. But before we go to the next room, I want to tell you about something cool. Now, some of you guys might be watching this competition and feel sad that you didn't get a chance to play in, but I'm announcing another competition with a prize of $1,000 that's free to enter and you can all play in. Let me explain. I'm partnering with Metal. A lot of you might already know, but Metal's a free recording and clipping software you can use during your game. So if you get a high moment like this, you can save it with the press of a button. And they're helping me run this event for you guys. All you have to do is install Metal and record yourself hitting a trick shot and upload it with the hashtag CWATGaming. And I'm gonna pick the one I think is the best, and they're gonna get $1,000. I'm also gonna pick 4 runner-ups, and they're all gonna get $200. Again, it's completely free to enter, but you guys have some tough competition.